Oh!
Yeah, it's actually chlamydia.
Why don't
I'm better than you. Oh.
Hi, I'm Dixie Biggs.
And I'm Eliza Light.
And welcome to
We Like to Work. Here we're gonna... well, you go.
Here today we're going to be talking about all things gay, drag,
Camp and fun. Yes, get into it. So, episode 4, super exciting.
yes.
The word of the podcast is exciting.
Again. Every week's
Again.
been exciting.
Yeah, I take a shot every time I say exciting. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Okay. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It's actually gin from Tasmania that my mum sent me. So,
That's neat.
me bragging about things that my mum had to send me.
Must be a hard life for you.
It's a hard life, but I think we should do a catch up. It's been a week.
Yes, it has.
It's been a big week.
Yes, it has.
And what have we done in this week?
Well, I start uni again.
Started
uni.
uni.
So I'm back at uni doing that 2 days a week.
Doing dermal science.
Dermal science. Yes.
Clinician.
No.
Be a dermal clinician.
No, I'm not. I'm going to be a dermal therapist.
Thank you. Okay. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm doing that 2 days a week, and then at the moment I'm getting 2 shifts a week with Dr. Tass, so that's very exciting. Learning a lot.
A lot. Eliza a lot.
I hate you so much.
And so I've started working, and it's freaking awesome.
Where have you been working, Eliza?
Stock room 567. It's super fun. It's super chill.
It's a cafe, by the way, or restaurant. You're making it sound like it's literally a stock room. So.
I'm like, I work in stock, so I've got the brains for it. No, so it's it's in a building where there's lots of corporate people, so you never know. They might pluck me and be like,
It's in a building with like lots of people and stuff.
so like the corporate people might be like, you serve my coffee so well, you can invest our next stock. I don't know how stocks work. Do you know?
No.
No, my dad does them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know how they work, but I probably, next episode, I'm probably like CEO of, like something. You know what I mean?
No.
Anyway, so, like, work's fun, it's super good. I've had performed twice since we've last filmed.
Where did you perform?
Molly's Bar and Diner for Bedrick.
Beautiful.
Which was super fun. I did a classic, Britney.
Obviously.
And then I did Raining Diamonds.
Yes, I was going to say, make sure you mentioned.
Ricky Lee reposted the video. And so I woke up this morning and I had a dream that she replied to me because I was like, I messaged her like the fangirl that I was, and I was like, thanks for reposting my video, something.
Were you following her?
Yeah, I already follow her because it's Ricky Lee, of course you follow her.
I don't follow her.
Oh, that's okay. You know. Anyway, and I had a dream that she responded to me, and I woke up and I was like, oh, that would have been good. I goes on my phone.
I goes on my
phone, Zzzz, and I check Zzzz, and
what happened?
you are amazing. I have it screenshotted. I'll send you the screenshot to chuck it in.
What?
She said, you are, in capitals, amazing. So, I guess that I'm probably going to be...
I love the sympathy voice.
I'm probably going to be, her backup, you know. I am Ricky Lee
Oh my
now.
god, you're going to be a backup person again.
Yes, awesome. I'm Ricky Lee when she's busy.
I'm joking,
But no, I really appreciated that because that was freaking awesome.
That's a big deal.
I really do love Ricky Lee. She brought out a song last year called All Night, and I did play it a lot.
Okay. That's good.
In my car. But you know, I love that. That was pretty good. That was the recognition that I needed. Everyone else being like, yeah, this week was so much better when I did my baby drag performance, but hey.
Well, you're still like learning what you want to do because you're a dancer, and that's why I was saying like, and you took it on board. I wasn't trying to be like condescending or anything. I was like, yes, you're a performer, but you're also a drag queen. So
That's true.
You need to combine the performer with Eliza.
Yeah.
So it's not just Eliza dancing.
It's just not Sean in a wig.
Exactly.
Sean in a wig. I don't think.
So that's a journey.
But it's super fun. Yeah, you can give me as much criticism as you want.
Oh, I do.
It's the other girls. Nah, but I love it. I really do like when people help me out and things like that. Even with a wig, it's a Brooke Khaki wig. Speaking of Brooke Khaki, you know Brooke Khaki.
I don't think I've met her actually.
You know Brooke Khaki. You've probably seen her at Revs. You've probably seen her at Revs. I'm not gonna lie, Fluffdorf,
Day Spa.
Day Spa.
In the gutter.
In the gutter. You may have hired her up. I don't know where you've seen her, but she is our special guest today. So we're gonna take a quick little break. And sorry, I'm a little bit of a
tipsy gal, aren't you?
No, I don't really drink that much. But we are going to have.
I'm gonna cut her off. We'll see you guys soon. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
So we've got a special guest today.
Yes.
It's Brooke Khaki.
Come on, human hair.
Yeah,
You like
It's-
typing me, you know?
it is. I know.
It's Brooke Khaki. It's Khaki Wigs.
Yes, it is.
She's all about it.
entrepreneur,
I don't want to be a
business
bitch, but is yours a Khaki wig?
No, it's not.
No,
Also-
but she did ask for a khaki wig and then sold it straight away. So
Oh.
yeah, I guess I know how you feel about that. That's fine.
And how many Khaki wigs have I had?
Which wig was that?
The black one.
Miss.
It didn't fit my head.
Anyway,
Not my fault.
let me
Anyway, it wasn't the wig, it's because it didn't fit my head.
And how many wigs do I have of yours?
I
It's
can't
one.
count.
It's two. It's
You've got to.
No, I mean I can't count.
period. I have three. Anyway, this is
I
Brooke
think-
Khaki.
I think we should start it off. We
What?
want to know about you. We want to know your whole story.
My whole.
Your
My
whole
story.
is fine. Just
Um,
What's
then we
going
can
on
do
down
one
there at the
story.
moment?
You're right. All right. Okay.
3, 2, 1. And we're back at the room.
Okay, so I'm Brooke Khaki. I am a fierce diva. I live in Melbourne.
Stop. You look gorgeous.
Shut up.
You look gorgeous.
I just want to take a moment to say thanks for letting me be the first AFAB on your podcast.
And
Just kidding. Sorry, Ashley. So okay, all right. So I moved to Melbourne from Darwin 3 years ago.
This is before Brooke.
This is before Brooke. B.
So start your boy journey and then into that.
Okay, right. Well, so I was 17, moved to Melbourne, started
your
law
name
degree,
is?
Riley, and I turned 18, discovered the nightlife here in Melbourne, and I was like, do you know her? I want to be her. And so here I am. I am her.
And who was like your like when you first saw a drag queen, or was it like back in?
Do you know I hate to
Darwin?
say it, but it's my housemate Atlanta.
Oh my god!
Yeah, she corrupted me. So,
She
Mom,
was-
you've got her to blame.
She was one of the first drag queens that I saw. She didn't make like a long time ago,
Mhm.
but she didn't make me want to do drag. She's amazing. She's gorgeous. Pictures here.
She's alright.
She's gorgeous.
She's okay.
She slaps.
Yeah. You know how I met Atlanta? We like met randomly.
In an
messaged on-
alleyway?
No, that wasn't Atlanta.
She killed your parents in
So,
that.
I think we matched on Tinder and we talked for a little bit, and then
Sounds
like
about right.
every single time we saw each other at Dorf, we were literally like, "Hey, how are you?" Make out for about 5 seconds and just walk away.
Oh, I can't imagine.
And that happened.
That's like-
That happened for about 3 months. It was every
Oh, I
single
love
weekend.
that.
And it wasn't even like sexual. It was literally just like, "Hey, how are you?" Okay. And
If
then we
anyone-
just separate and be like, "Hey, do you want a drink later?" Like that was it.
No.
If anyone wants to do that with me, let
I've
me
been
know.
trying, bitch.
Yeah. But no, definitely not to take away from the story, but Atlanta Isis and Fembot were the first 3 drag queens that I saw that were not one drag queen, I don't want to mention, at the Greyhound. They were the first 3 people, and that was the first time I was like, I like this.
Do you know, one of the first actual, like aside from Atlanta, one of the first actual drag queens I saw before was you.
Really?
Yeah, and I've told you about this. Your performance.
No, I thought you
drag.
just meant like you were there.
I was, but I had just turned 18.
Oh.
So like that was one of my first performances. Was you in like shitty queen bodysuit, and the cute hair.
The Red Week.
That
Atlanta
Atlanta
did.
did. That Atlanta did. Correct.
Atlanta
Full
did
circle
that.
moment. But we
And-
could get into the nitty gritty a bit later, I suppose. But
Because how old were you when you saw that?
18. What
She
about it?
said she turned
You were
18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Someone else used to go underage all the time. That's not you?
No. I only went to one bar when I was underage, and that was Border Bar.
Oh, okay.
And then I came back when I turned 18 and I said to the bouncer, I was like, haha, you let me in when I was 17.
I'm gonna find that girl. And I'm gonna bring her on here. Anyway, so first queen, Atlanta. Then from there, what do we do?
Then I stopped by Coles. I shoplifted a bunch of eyeliner and some fake lashes, and then the rest is history.
And here we are.
And here we are,
And
still rocking them same eyelashes.
Thank you, Coles.
Oh, thanks, Coles. Down. The prices are down.
Always down.
What's so obviously you started Lantern Drag, but like what sort of expired?
Expired. What
inspired you to do drag, and also taking it back, anything in Darwin, or you were too young?
Oh, absolutely not.
No?
Darwin drag is not it.
No.
A shout out to Hollywood Boulevard. She's the only queen that I can stand.
Is it a big scene or not really?
No, there's like 6 of them.
Okay.
And I've fucked everyone. Just kidding. Yeah, so basically what got me into drag was actually Drag Race. Because I started watching in season 9.
So did I.
Did you actually?
I've never seen drag ever.
It was
in
the
my life,
Rose
apart
Petals
from
for
that.
me, and I was like, oh, I saw the finale, I know who wins, but you know what, I'll start at the start of the season. And I did exactly that, and I was kind of hooked. And then, do you know, Atlanta and I used to work together at, with some government, whatever.
We cannot name.
We cannot name.
There's the verb.
And there will be more.
I know.
And so we literally were in training, and it was like for 4 weeks, and we just sort of like got so bored out of our minds. And then like somebody would say something, and I would say like a Drag Race reference, like I'd be like, "Oh, Werk diva," and then she would just like giggle across the room, and I was like, "Oh." Okay.
And she would sprint.
Do you know the funny thing is? Do you know the funny thing is though? I really hated her when I first met her.
And
Like I could not
what do you
stand
do?
her. It's worse.
You're like, no, I still hate her, but.
Oh yeah, but.
But now you live together.
Yeah, and now I get the privilege of doing all of her wigs, which is so fun and enjoyable.
Imagine you doing people's wigs. I just like having to do that for those people. It just.
Look, I wouldn't call it charity work.
I would.
No. And so what, like, your inspirations from drag, like, from there? So did you take the inspiration from there, and did you try and do anyone? Or did you just go straight and being like, I'm Brooke?
So I didn't really understand, I didn't really have a, I didn't have a set goal. I just wanted sort of, like, attention and free drinks. So I started off with real girl makeup, kind of like feeling my TS fantasy.
Yeah.
And then it kind of developed, and then I still get clocked sometimes for having like minimal makeup.
No, I was gonna say like tonight, like because it's still draggy, but very feminine.
That's something I've been working on. Is like making my makeup a little bit more draggy.
But it's still I don't know, like you still look draggy,
I still go
even
for
though
fish.
you're very fish.
Yeah, and that's what I go for.
Like you're not like.
But
just a bit of powder in your
I am sick and tired of all these girls, and they're like, oh yeah, well it's not hard because you just put on some like lashes and liner, and it's like, but I work just as hard as you.
They don't look like you do.
But also your looks through quarantine, which I will have a couple of boom boom boom.
Now that you mention,
they slapped, like the red.
Thank you.
The green. She said Christmas. But those were amazing, like, and those kind of things, and I think that it's really, obviously being a newer queen, like, I find it very hard to, like, try different things, like, and you can come here looking like this, but then also, all you guys that are watching this or listening to it, you're gonna go to Brooke Khaki and be like, what the fuck, like, she can do it all.
Well,
plus a wig.
Plus a wig. All that and a bag of
She's
wig.
a creative, artistic queen, I can tell you.
So I use drag as a bit of a creative outlet for myself, and then during quarantine when I had like nothing else to do, I was like, you know what, I will paint myself blue. I will paint myself green. And I live by that.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'm gonna live by that. Thank you guys so much for coming this week. And she'll live by that. No, but I think that's a really exciting thing to show, like, your versatility in your drag. That you're not just sort of like, you know,
Not just a pretty face.
She's not just a pretty face.
Sometimes not even that.
No, never. Even.
Did you see me in the first couple of months? There's a reason I have a second Instagram now.
And I'm gonna chuck these pictures up right here.
I have no shame. I literally don't have any shame. Like I can be like, boy or drag. Like I'm like, this is
I don't
funny.
think your first one was so bad though. In comparison to mine, which we talked about a few episodes ago, where I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna show Dixie, like I'm the best thing since sliced bread, and she got home and she was like, oh awesome, you look good, and I didn't look good. You've seen that picture. I probably sent it to you being like, oh my god, Brooke.
And you know what I said back? Wow, amazing,
Praise.
stunning. I just can't get over you.
Lies.
Yeah.
No,
No, my first night in drag was Pose, you know Pose? Back when they did that at Vaudeville, and they made you
Was
do
that on
it.
a Friday?
Friday or Saturday, one of them.
Yeah.
that was
And-
with Max. When Max was in Press.
Yeah, back in the good old days.
Yeah.
And they made you do the runway, and then they picked the best two, and then you would lip sync, and then the first person, like the winner, would win booking the next week. I've not won a single thing in drag, Pose included, so that's how that went. But you know what? Atlanta did my wig for me the first time. Look how we've come full circle. But she did my wig for me the first time, and somebody took a photo of me and was like, oh look, it's a mini Atlanta. Because we were
I see that. No, I can see probably like back then.
back then, because I was like, I didn't know what I was doing, so I looked quite ugly, which is quite on brand for her.
Yeah. Everyone's so like, even the other day when Missy introduced me for baby drag the other day, she was like at the back, she was like, it's Eliza lot, and then she talked to another queen, she was like, and I was like, oh, pretty much just Dixie Pigs. And then she was like, I'm gonna say that.
This is
and
literally what you wore last weekend.
Yeah,
This
I wore
weekend.
that and that.
I know I can't wear this out tonight because they're gonna be like, wow.
And then
You
she
wore a line,
introduced me
even though it's mine.
full Missy over the full like microphone. She was like, welcome to the stage, Dixie Pigs. I'm sorry, the other one, Eliza lot. And I'm
Glad you
fine.
referred to you as the other.
I'm fine with being the other one if it's compared to that.
The other woman.
The other woman.
Get into it.
But yeah, and like within that, like obviously we've like done all like our drag stuff, and let's go back to ye old Riley.
Oof.
But like,
Well, we're pretty much
do you get
like
that?
we've like heard the beginning of the story,
But, like,
we
what
don't have a funny story to tell.
We don't have a funny story, but also we don't have the coming out story.
Oh, you want a coming out story? Alright.
Let's take it. Let's take it back.
Buckle
Let's take
up.
it back.
Buckle up.
Let me have a drink.
Yeah, I need a drink. So,
We have to.
Let's have a little break, and then we're gonna come back to the coming out story, which is
Amazing.
riveting.
no, actual.
Oh. I didn't know.
Hey, cunt.
And we're back.
And
Oh
we're
yes. And we're back in the house. We've had a little.
He was click cracking about.
Kraken.
Yeah. Anyway.
No.
All right, Dixie. What are we talking about?
We're gonna come back to your coming out story.
Yeah, alright, divas, you ready? Buckle up.
And I hope it's a roller coaster. Because
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, so
Hands up.
there's multiple to the sky. I'll be your galaxy. Stop, let's not get
No.
copywritten.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because you sound so much like that.
Anyway, I'm
Coming out, go.
Coming out story. Okay, so there's multiple parts to this because I came out in sections, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So first I came out to my two best friends over Kick. Do you remember Kick?
Not
Kick.
Kick. Yeah, I do.
Kick.
I didn't have anything.
Some
Get
sugar daddy.
into it.
A sugar daddy messaged me the other day, like, you know how they message you on
No,
Grindr?
they send, no, that's a bot.
Yeah, they were like, message me on WhatsApp or Kick, and I was like, I've been Kick since I was like 13. Don't
Yeah.
expect me to still message you on Kick.
Well, I came out to my two best friends on Kick, and I was at a religious school, and I thought I could trust them, and then the next day I had people, like it was pandemonium, like people would run up to me and be like, oh my god, I heard you were gay, blah 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 blah. First of all, I said bisexual.
And what age? What age were we?
I was 12.
7.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was
Did you say
so-
7?
7 on Kick.
But you were 12.
Yeah, I was 12. I knew what I wanted.
Oh my
When were you
God,
born?
that's
Where were
You
you
wanna
born?
You don't want to know.
You don't want to.
Yesterday. I'm 20 years of age.
Okay, so I definitely think, because I'm 20. And
Yep.
Quick
you're-
maths. Come on.
So you're like, I feel like you're a newer generation of gay. Do you
I
think?
suppose so. I
Do you
guess.
think?
I was born at a different millennium to you.
That's it.
Yeah.
That'll get you.
Anyway, so I came out to my 2 best friends, and then that turned into the entire school apparently. And then so my sister got wind of that. Exactly, and I was the first openly gay. Well, I was not planning on it, but I was the first openly gay kid at my school.
And I can't imagine up in I know.
Exactly in Darwin, like it was just like fucked. Excuse me.
There we go. One more.
Every time I burp, do a shot. Anyway, so my sister came home, and it was like afternoon, like after school. I don't know where she was, but I got home first. But the whole family was there, and then she walks in the door. She goes, "I didn't know you were gay," and like she says it like so loud, and I didn't get the opportunity to like
out it.
And everyone heard it.
Out it. Everyone
The whole
heard it.
family was there.
And then so I like pulled my mom and my stepdad into the room, and I was like, into their room, so you knew it was serious.
Yeah.
And I was
that's
like,
big.
I literally sat down and I was so emotional. I was like, surprise, I'm bisexual. That's literally the words that left my words that left my mouth. Sorry, was surprise. I'm bisexual.
I see this.
It turns out I'm just gay.
Full-blown gay.
We talked about that the other couple of weeks when I was like, oh yeah, I'm bisexual, which is bad on like bisexuals because everyone has that stigma being like.
But at the time, I honestly thought I was.
Yeah,
Me too.
Everyone, we're all like that.
It's a discovery journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's only the first part the first 2 parts to the coming out story, because I was driving to and I'm a child of divorce, so like we were driving to my dad's house and my dad was in the car, it was just me alone. And then he just sort of like went silent for a minute and he was like, so I heard this rumor. And I was like, oh, here we go.
Where did your dad hear the rumors?
No, I'll get to that, don't worry. And he said, do you have an STD?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the...
And that was the rumor.
Right.
And I said, no, I mean, I was 12, like I had been checked. I'm not
Sorry,
kidding.
I
I'm not
haven't
kidding.
been tested.
I'm not kidding though. And then he was like, well, apparently, you know, you've got an STD and you've got it from some older man.
At 12?
At fucking 12.
No, and
I shit you not.
Oh my god.
This was my coming out story to my dad. And I said, no, I don't have an STD from an older man. Like I had one sexual experience with like a family friend who was my age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And like that's how I kind of knew that I was gay. And he was like, well, I just want to make sure that like you're looking after yourself and like, you know, it's
You're
okay.
like, Dad, I'm in grade 6.
This is your job. You look after me.
And so he was like, I just want to make sure, you know, it's okay if you like girly things, but I just want to know, do you like girly things or do you like blokes? Like, because they're different things. You can be straight and like girly things. That's fine by me.
Okay,
But I want to know if you like girly things or if you like blokes. And I literally had to sit there in the car in my dad's fucking Hilux and be like, I like blokes.
Oh.
Yeah, and then turns out the reason, so the rumor started about me having an STD from, I don't know who specifically, but it was either my stepmom or her sister, because they just fucking hated me. So.
Okay, let's talk about someone starting a rumor about a 12-year-old.
Fuck, right?
That is pathetic.
Anyway. And
Was your dad okay with you, though?
I mean, yeah, but I cut him out of my life, so, but that's for different reasons.
Okay. We don't have to go into that.
We don't have to go
Wait,
into
so that's number 2.
That was 3 actually.
Oh, that was 2 and 3, sorry.
So like 1 was to the school, the rest was to my family and my mom, and I was like, I'm bisexual. And then the 3rd was my dad. And then since then, I'm just kind of openly queer.
Yeah.
Which I
is the
find
best.
quite liberating, you know?
Being super openly gay is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Especially,
Unapologetically.
well, I don't know, like, you can tell your story, but like being younger, because I think back, like even in like primary school, I used to say to mum, like, I was like, I didn't know what gay was. And I actually know in grade 6, like people used to come up to me and be like, oh, like, you're gay, like, how's your boyfriend, and I didn't know really what it meant.
Yeah.
And then I'd go home and say to mum, I was like, they keep calling me gay, what does that mean? She's like, oh, it's when you like, you know, if you like the same sex. And I was like, oh, no, I don't. But like, I used to justify it to myself in a different way. Like, I remember literally going into like Red Herring back home, which was like a surf shop, like Billabong, Rip Curl, all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
And I used to be like to Mum, like, oh, like those shorts and that guy look really good because I like liked what he looked like in them, kind of thing. Not in a sexual way.
You were like, I want to
younger.
be him.
Yeah,
Not,
and
I
that's
want
how
to be with
that
him.
was exactly how I used to justify
Yeah.
it every single time. And then I literally used to, well, I've already said it in the previous podcast, but like, had to see a psychologist and stuff because I was like, no, like I'm not gay, like I just like how he looked
like
in it, so I'm gonna
admiration.
look like that.
Yeah, you're like admiring that, like,
Or you
but
look
you
like,
don't
you know,
understand
you look
how
at
you
like
are.
haircuts in like a book.
Yeah.
Not the haircut.
And they were always so hot, and you're like, oh, I want that haircut, and you get it, and you were like,
I look like... I do not look like the picture.
literally, but yeah.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
God bless. I lost my train of thought.
So I guess with like, you know, coming out and stuff like that, you don't really know what the scene is like in Brisbane.
Brisbane?
I'm not
He's obsessed with Brisbane.
Young girl, not this girl.
in Darwin. I guess you don't know what the scene is like too much.
So I've been back to Darwin since leaving. So I left Darwin when I was 17.
Also,
Down
really
here,
quickly,
started to life.
what are your pronouns? Because we didn't discuss that at the beginning.
Oh, no boy. Oh, in drag, she, her, whatever.
She,
but like
perfect.
him, they,
Just double
whatever.
checking.
Literally, whatever you like. Just call me.
But I think 2 seconds.
Mm.
We should take a break for 2 seconds and then come back to this.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do that.
All right.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So, once you know these bitches,
Yeah.
and me obviously.
What was
I
her
want
name
to
again?
know. Boys, don't you start. Don't you start.
I
Take that
cannot.
choker off.
Yeah.
That's who, if you know whose choker that is,
Do you know what?
that's me.
Take that wig off.
Me
Disrespectful.
sitting here bald with no clothes. I'm like, I don't do anything.
Alright, we're going to do a full circle back
Yeah.
to Darwin.
Yeah, right.
The scene, the
The
itty
scene in
gritty.
Darwin.
Oh, okay, alright, so the scene in Darwin, okay, so I've only been back to Darwin once since turning 18, and so we have this one shitty gay bar, shout out to Throb.
I've seen videos from there. I don't think it's shitty.
Well, you didn't live there.
I know. I don't have first hand, but I've seen vids. I mean, I do a mean Instagram, and then this is it. So
It's quite tiny as all, and you have to like go downstairs to have a cigarette and whatever. Anyway, so they have this
not the downstairs.
Not the downstairs.
No.
So they have 2 dancer poles, like for stripping and whatever. And me, freshly 18, just moved back to home, wanted to show these sluts what they can see. So
I want to show you a bit of
the
Melbourne.
one time I went there, I got myself and my sisters free entry
Were you
into
in drag?
club. I wasn't in drag. I didn't take any drag with me. But you know what? I tried to get a gig there.
Without any drag.
No. I was gonna bring
Oh.
drag, and then they were like, "No, we can't afford to pay you." And I was like, "Bitch, I'll do it for free. Like, come on." And then they said no, do a free gig, and so I didn't bring any drag, but I still
That's
went
fair.
anyway. And then I was like swinging around on those poles, and I came back with like 50 fucking bruises, like all down my arms and legs and whatever,
'Cause you
because I really went out.
You
Like,
showed them how it's done.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say $50, and I was like, yes.
Get into it. No, and it was a bit of a moment, but I also was a little bit messy, so I don't think I want to show my face there for a little while now.
I want a gig here because I do drag back in Melbourne, and I'm really good. Like I'll send you. That's exactly how it went, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, why, like, out of anywhere in Australia, why from Darwin to Melbourne?
So the funny thing is, I had a high school best friend, and then she was like, "Hey, I want to move to Melbourne," but originally I wanted to go to Sydney, and because she was like, "I want to move to Melbourne," I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll move to Melbourne," and then so I enrolled, I got accepted into the university that I wanted, and then I made plans to move here, and she pulled out. So I don't know why I'm in Melbourne. She didn't move. She still
Oh, so you came anyway, like that's still...
I came anyway,
Yeah.
but like I was originally going to be Sydney, like it was this close, and do you know what the decider was? It was population, because I was like, more people, more gay people, and so I just wanted to be with my own, you know?
It's
I
so
wanted to
weird,
do
isn't it?
Sydney.
But it's like, especially what would be the same for you going from like somewhere that's very, very, very minimal.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new world.
Oh,
It's literally like being born again because even my friends back home, they'll be like, even recently my friend Christy and like Natalie and like Claire and everyone like that has been like, it's so nice to see you like like, I don't know, come into your own, like,
yeah, be your own person.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was friends with them for ages back home, but, like,
there's not much going.
they see, like, you going, like, wow, okay, that's you. Like,
yeah.
And it's just so weird.
Do you know what? I have people from high school that, like, follow me on Instagram or whatever, and they will message me from time to time and be like, hi, I know we don't talk, but, like, I love seeing you just flourish.
That is such a small town thing, because I get the same thing. They're like, I'm so happy that you, like, even one of my friends, they were like, I'm so happy that you've just come into your own. Like, you are so, like, what I thought you were going to be doing is exactly what you're going to be doing.
Do you know, my mum said to me, I don't talk about the fact that I'm from Darwin very often, and my mum said to me on a phone call quite recently, she was like, I need you to tell people that you're from Darwin, because apparently, like, she talks to all of her friends and whatever from Darwin, and they all want to, like, really get behind me because I've moved to Melbourne and, like, become a drag queen.
It's the big thing.
It's the big thing. And like, they just want to be recognised. Like, they're like, they want that acknowledgement of, like, she came from where we are.
I knew her.
Yes, you know what I mean?
That is 100% from where I'm from, in Georgetown. It's, like, a very, very small town, and I love it back there. Like, I do love going back, and I don't think of myself as anything, like, special. Like, I just moved here. But even when I moved here, like, people were like, oh my god, like, I went back, like, in my first holidays from moving here to come to dance school, and they were like, oh my god, I'm so proud of you, you've made it. You're a big dancer.
Exactly.
And I was like, all I did was audition for a school and got into a school and moved here. I'm like, you can do this. And I, like, spent so many times even telling my cousin, like, my cousin Bonnie, I, like, said to her, I was like, and I love where I'm from, and I definitely respect it, and I think it's a gorgeous place, but there is more to it than that, you know. Growing up and doing the things that, you know, everyone does, I was like, you can break out, if you will. And I said to her, I was like, move and, like, explore.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. People are like, oh my god, you've made it. I was like, I bought a ticket and I moved here and I went to school. That is all it is. And from Tasmania to Melbourne, it's like $45 on a good day.
It's hard for, I'm sure it was hard for everyone to move, but, like, it's hard for people that are, like, not like dead set in the way you live, but the way some people are happy in
it's
that
the mentality.
way. It's because, like, we were different.
Yeah.
We didn't want that, like, normal life, as I guess
100%.
people would say. Like, you want more, and
Yeah.
I don't know, especially when you, like, not even before coming out, you kind of realize what you like, and then people in a smaller town are kind of like, why do you want to do that? And it's so
and
weird.
you're met
So
with
then
instant
you want to,
judgment.
and so you want to do more, or, like, you want to do this or you want to do that, and then you move and you do that, and people are like, oh wow, and in a way they're like, they might be the people that were like, oh, I didn't live like how I wanted to because I was told I had to live like this.
100%.
So
yeah,
they're seeing, that's why I always say, like, I compare it to when so many people back home, and, like, super happy for my friends and everything, like, they might get houses and they're, like, getting married and stuff, but that's just not on the cards for me. Like,
I don't want that.
I moved because I wanted to, like, get into, like, I want to, like, pursue a career.
I want to be happy and queer.
And I want to be, like, happy and queer. Yeah,
and,
literally.
like, and with your degree as well, like, with my degree, I can't do anything in Tassie. With musical theatre, I can't, like, I remember, like, calling up. There we go.
Sorry, one more, sorry.
Like, calling up and being like, oh, I want to, you know, I need money from a certain government place. And they, like,
Name and shame, come on.
I was just Centrelink. But I'd moved here, but I was like, I cannot study full-time dance, musical theatre in Tasmania, so I need to move. And it's the same with you. You could study it, but there's just not the opportunities like there are here. And then again, like, there's no opportunities like doing drag in Tassie. It's a very, very minimal. There's one club in the whole state. And not anywhere close.
One gay club?
One gay club.
That's
Which
where I
almost...
We have that in Melbourne.
That's where I first did drag ever. That was my first thing.
Oh, but they had a pole.
I'd like to see photos. Can we put them?
I'm sure I can.
She did makeup. You did makeup.
That purple curly wig.
Oh, I know the one.
That was my first wig.
I know the
ever.
one. Is that a Showgirls?
It was Webster Wigs.
Oh, yeah.
And
Because I
wore it
wanted
last
to do California Girls by Katy Perry. That was my first one. And I literally just walked around. You could see, I didn't know at the time, like, I just bought stockings from like Coles, and I bought 3 pairs of them, and like they did not cover my padding.
No,
at all.
I know the type.
Or like the pleaser, like the half, like to the ankle kind of. No, not even ankle. Like half thigh pleasers, maybe. Calf, sorry, yeah.
The ones you wore for like a year.
Yeah, because they were so comfy, and they're the only ones that I could afford, and I couldn't afford to buy anymore. And
she's like, my PayPal will be.
Yeah, and we'll bring mine here. I'll put my account number if you really want to do it.
it's a whole journey when you think about it.
It really is.
And then look at you now. You've got you've literally come down here. You've like made your name and everything.
No,
as in like people. You know what I mean.
I suppose. Yeah.
And then let's talk about
Brooke Khaki wigs.
Brooke Khaki wigs.
How did that start?
Speaking of making your name.
That's what I mean. 'Cause I always talk down on myself, but you do the same thing. So you come from somewhere where you come here and no one knew you, as far as I know.
Yeah.
No one knew me.
You're right.
And Exhibit A with Brooke Khaki wigs.
I mean, she knows.
This is fucking sick. This is so good.
So basically the story behind
everything.
Yeah, the story behind Khaki wigs is during isolation, along with my looks, I had a lot of time in my hands. So instead of just doing look after look after look, which I also did, I decided I was going to start focusing on like one part of drag and then making that like my thing. And I decided that hair was going to be that because there's not that much of a market like here in Melbourne. Like there's a few places here and there, like shout out to Styled by Esther and you know Human Hair by Dave, but like beyond beyond that
is that it?
Well, now that I'm on the scene, no.
Yeah, but it's so interesting because it's like everyone thinks
Lexi's the only other one.
Oh, and Lexi,
and Lexi, but
it's like,
she doesn't like, she'll do it for friends and whatnot, but like I don't think she has an online store.
No, and that's definitely true. I think everyone thinks they're like, oh, it's Melbourne, it's big, it's busy and stuff, but then you go into drag and it's like,
I think Australia is very slow in so many aspects.
Yeah.
And not even just drag, just like things like that. Unless, like, I'm sure there's people that are outside of, they know wig stylists and stuff like that aren't like in the like gay scene and everything, but you don't know about them because you kind of stay in your scene.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people going to also like international ones as well.
Oh,
like
when I heard Wig Takeout.
Wigzaddy.
Yeah.
And someone else.
Wigzaddy, if you're watching this, can you send me a wig?
No, there's someone. It's like Final Touch as well in Brisbane. I know that like Melbourne people are sending their wigs all the way to Brisbane.
Exactly.
And then getting it back, which is.
But it's like, girl, you don't have to do that right now.
You bring it here. You bring it to the suburb, and we're here to do it. Me being like, I'm like, wait, we are here to do it. I'm a watch. Yeah.
But yeah, basically like I got bored and you know I've always done my own wigs apart from like the first time. Excuse me. The first time doing drag and whatnot.
Keeping count.
6. But like I've always done my own wigs and whatnot, and like my friends have been like, oh, can you do this for me? Can you do that
I'm sure you
for
feel
me?
so much more pride in it. Like you've done your makeup, you've done your hair.
Yeah, I'm very self-built, and so the fact that people were asking me about wigs in particular was like, hang on a second, I can turn that into something. And so I started just on my regular Instagram, and like I was like, hey, I'll do this, and this. Fuck you. I'll do this, and this. And, you know, here are my prices and whatnot. But then I decided, you know what? Let's not stop there. Let's start my own second Instagram.
That's
and then
so
I did a giveaway
even,
and whatnot.
Even I think in the very beginning, and I was never being like condescending or thinking I knew or anything like that. But I said to you, because I think at one point I was like, oh, like just generally curious, like, oh, what do you charge? And you were like, oh, just like this or whatever. And I was like, I promise you, like, you're doing so much better than like just oh yeah, like I'll style your wig. And because it's the same thing because I didn't realize until like started doing like skin and stuff. Like you need to take pride in like what you do. And I know you were, but you need to know your worth as well.
Yeah, the thing is though, like, I don't have a qualification
But you
or
don't
anything
need
like that. No, I know.
And
but,
also
but
was pandemic, I feel would have been
was
the back of your
pandemic,
mind.
and you know, like, I can't charge an arm and a leg for a
No, and I wasn't saying charge $1 million.
I know,
was just saying because in the beginning you weren't charging much.
But that
which
was the
fair.
very, very beginning.
Yeah, and that was amazing, like for people who couldn't afford it and stuff. But even now, like you put them up, which is great, and that was all I was saying. Because in the beginning, it wasn't just a simple like, yeah, I can just like put it up into like this. Like you were actually doing a style.
I like a challenge, and you know, I'll go on the record and say that. So, if you want a wig done, I like a challenge. Give me anything you want, and I would love to at least attempt to recreate it. But it's
like
kind of
the
been like
last
that
one.
from the start.
Sorry, before you go into that, like the last one, which we'll put a picture of, like the bow that you did. That was good. We'll have a picture up here. The bow was really fucking good.
It was coloured by Hayden, who is
Rawlings? Yeah.
Plugs Money.
Yeah.
Raw hair. I love him to bits.
Yeah.
And it was a pleasure to just have one of his wigs and then get to do whatever I want with it. And I think I'm gonna keep that one like that forever, just because.
That's it's so beautiful.
I thought that was. I want to know how many human hair you have because
I have a couple.
Because I saw the one last week when you were at Dorf and you had
That's a different one. Do you want me to count? So I have a brown one. I have mostly blonde, but I've
my
got
electric blue. My
electric blue,
loosely.
whatever.
She took it back.
So I have brown, electric blue, and then I've got pink and green, and then I've got just this one, and then I've got
Just
pink and
this one.
purple, and then I've got. I think that's it. I think I have 5. I think
Okay.
I have 5.
Oh, only 5.
She's-
Okay,
only
that's
5.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's so fine.
Me wearing my hard front in the last episode. Oh, she's only got 5.
The hard front that I styled.
Yeah, that was her.
I don't wanna take credit for
Last
that,
week's was her.
Yeah.
Except it did fall over and it fucked up a little bit.
We had a
It
friend.
didn't fall over.
We had a friend try it on.
I'm gonna name
It
it. No, I'm
was
not gonna
not
name and
gentle.
shame her. But when she's on this episode, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so tell me about this week that you.
Yeah. I'm like, let's get some footage from the last episode
Well.
where I looked like that. But I saved it with a bow.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
I think coming to the end of that,
Mm.
because we finished with such a beautiful wig, the bow.
Uh,
We're gonna take a little break and then potentially we might bring her back. Who knows?
Well, I don't really think. I don't
We
know.
changed.
We'll bring it up.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
my
shit.
God,
Oh
you
my
dirty
God.
bitches. You dirty dirty hoes.
Welcome back. We're gonna go back to that lady, yeah?
Yeah.
First of all, I have
Bye.
these rotted pieces of disgusting meat.
Oh,
That's fun.
I don't eat meat, so.
Listen,
Well,
Lady
you need to
Gaga
know.
will meet, and I will again.
Right, we were kind of finishing off on your journey from Darwin to here.
Yeah. Now that I'm here, what do I do?
I think we should do some
I
funny
wanna know.
stories.
Oof.
Because there's plenty of those.
I'll have you know, I'm a fucking bitch.
Okay.
No, I have a
story.
good one. You
Quick
go.
story for that. So she got very, very drunk one night,
Sure.
and out of nowhere, we were like, someone asked her a question or something, and she was like, "I'll have you know, I'm a fucking bitch," and it's just been a classic staple in everyone's life since, really.
I'll have you know.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking bitch. So like.
Also, the video from Seattle where it's like you're at Revs and it's like some ungodly hour of the morning on a Sunday, like,
All 10 digits, the girls all here.
and I think that is so funny.
You've got all 10 digits. The girls all here.
Do I have a problem?
Well, you probably do.
Yeah.
We all do.
And this is your intervention. Welcome. My name is.
Shit.
Welcome to We Like to Work Your Issues Out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
a segment.
Get
That's a
into
segment.
it.
That is a segment.
If you have a question, phone us at
Maybe
if you
you have
like
a
to
problem.
work, help me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That's a good one. We're going that. But like, I do have like another one. Like, it's not even a funny story, but there's like a picture of me, you, and our friend Boyan in like the upstairs at a certain club, and we're all just fucked. And like, it's me and Boyan like kissed, and then went over to you, and you're like skinny little boy, not drag, like, hi. And then it just went off you, and I love that. I always remember that.
And I live by that.
And there we go. Any other stories? Do you have any other stories?
I don't have any super funny ones, but it's not even funny. It's just because she's such a petite little woman and she gets to wear whatever the fuck she wants.
Feminine.
California gave me like 2 huge bags of drag and I was so excited. Did you just spill your drink, you piece of shit?
Ew.
Everywhere.
It's alright, love. I'll invoice you.
Hey!
She's not wearing tights. It's not like she's
They
standing.
didn't even go on you.
That hair catches a lot of volume.
The whole drink is just sitting there. I'm like,
Is that a khaki wigs?
With those,
I'm like, what can
with
you
that
do with
hair,
this?
you can
What
make
can
whatever.
you do with
Ew,
this?
it's wet. Ew.
That tends to be what an alcoholic beverage is. Wet.
Yeah.
Because apparently
Yeah.
when you have a straw, you don't have to.
Tea.
I'm learning.
Can I go back
I'm
to my
really-
little story?
Yeah, go
Please.
for it.
So, because she can wear whatever the fuck she wants, classic spill drink, whatever. Oh my god! Okay, technical difficulties, everybody. I'm so sorry about that. So we were continuing on about our conversation from when Brooke came over and got some costumes
Yes.
that did not fit Dixie because
we
she's
were.
a big bitch.
I didn't say that.
I did.
Let the record show that she did not say that.
So I got, once again, 2 massive bags from,
Callie.
not the bags I wanted, but I got 2 massive bags from Callie, and I literally probably 4 things fit me, and like some of them it was like a tight squeeze, and I was like, it's gonna work. I just a couple kilos.
Yes.
Just a girl in a dream.
The pilot one, the air hostess one. I want the picture. I'll find it. That was funny.
It was literally like a boob tube and like the tiniest pants, and I was like, they're gonna fit me one day. And this is when I was
Do you still
skinny.
have them?
No, I got rid of them. I think I threw them out.
Oh.
I'm right here.
So when we said we threw
Anyway,
them out.
so you got quite a few costumes.
Yeah, I did.
And you've used a couple of them, but...
A few.
The kissy
Here and
face.
The kissy.
And there were so many wigs, remember?
You kept the wigs.
No, I didn't.
Don't lie to me. I got one.
No, I gave you, like, a few of them, but you gave them to Cerulean, I think.
Stone, yeah.
Stone.
There were a few hard
Don't,
fronts.
okay,
There were a
if
few
either
hard
of you are
fronts.
listening, that wasn't, because...
No. There
They
were a
get
few
annoyed
hard
that I was
fronts.
like, I confused them.
I
I
would
didn't.
too.
I honestly thought it was Cerulean.
Um,
I apologise. Cerulean, I honestly thought it was you.
I
so
love
if you're
them
listening-
both.
Listen,
So-
I didn't keep the hard fronts anyway.
That's why you gave them away. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I did. And they were alright. They were alright.
So
but
you used
not
the
mine.
kissy face one. Have you used any else?
The outfits in terms of
That
I used the
that bodysuit one used it a while ago. It's like we looked it up and it was like $90 or something.
the
long
black
sleeve.
one with the gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, to use that one.
Listen, I make do. However, I recently came into a little bit of money, so I've invested into my own drag a little bit with that. So here we are. With this, here we are with this one fucking jumpsuit
And you know what
that
I
I
wanna
bought
say
from
to that?
Forever 21.
You know what I want to say that?
Go
Say
on.
the house down boots hunting.
The house down boots hunting.
Yeah. It's good to be able to invest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
good. But it's good. Like I'm very excited to make some moolah from the new job.
Yes.
To invest back in the drag and not wear this.
Working at the stock room.
But
This
it's
is the stock room.
this is not the stock room.
This is
of
the
this
stock
year.
room.
We're in the stock room right now, actually. So.
Yeah, coming to you live.
But like as in like drag, but like drag as in a career and drag as in a hobby. Drag as a hobby is expensive.
Oh, tea.
It's an expensive hobby.
Yes, it is.
Unless you like, I obviously want to like we all have dreams and aspirations of wanting to work more and do more gigs and things like that. I definitely want to work more and stuff, and that's when I want to invest more. But do you think like drag is definitely an expensive hobby?
Oh, 100%. This $1,200 unit that's
Yeah.
on my head says exactly that.
That she's going out to have a couple of drinks.
Which is some people's like monthly rent. So in comparison,
Move.
My monthly rent is more than...
I understand that. I said most people.
Yeah, interesting.
So they're
Ours
a
is-
bougie bitch.
I mean, have you seen my apartment?
Sorry,
Yes, I have.
I'm
Yes, I have.
overlooking a park, a lake. We're overlooking
The entirety of Melbourne.
It's like I've got a hard life, you know.
Yeah,
really
it's
hard being
difficult.
me.
I mean,
Yeah, but anyway,
anyway,
Hey.
it's an
Hey.
expensive
Wow.
hobby.
but it is
Yeah.
expensive. But it's very like I think that once you I'm putting on my face once I check the lashes on. Once you check the lashes on, it's over.
Oh.
And you change.
It's over for these bitches.
And it's over, and then you change into a different person. I know that I definitely turn into Eliza once I've got the lashes on. And then once I've got the padding on.
Who's Eliza?
You'll find out next episode. No, but once I have the lashes on, it's the next level. Once I check the padding and the corset on, and the outfit,
game over.
I don't want to talk to you.
These bitches gagging.
These bitches, why are you gagging?
Why are you gagging?
Bring it to every ball.
But nah, it definitely is. It's like, it's a super expensive hobby, but it is very fun and it brings a lot of joy.
The funniest thing that I remember is back in Tassie, like all of my friends, especially my friend Christy, she was like, I think I saw like maybe like Drag Race at some point, and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna do that. And she was like, whatever. And then like later on I ended up doing it, and she was like, I fucking told everyone that you were gonna do it, and you were like, nah, I'm not gonna do it, like it's not really my thing. And then
it's funny that
here I
you
spent all my money.
That's deep.
Excuse me? A double stacked pink wig? What else could it be?
You're right. You're right.
Exactly.
I do apologize.
Me and a Brooke Khaki. Anyway.
Mine isn't a Brooke Khaki, I apologise.
Yeah.
Before you did Brooke Khaki wigs,
Yeah, so true, bestie. So true, bestie.
We know who's an ally around here.
Yeah.
Who's wearing a Brooke Khaki?
Who's paying my rent?
Not this blonde
Not
wig.
No.
So we're paying off the 5 human hairs and then the rent.
And then
Tea.
the rent.
Tea.
You're right. Anyway.
Moving on.
Is there any... I'm kind of thinking maybe the embarrassing stories.
The embarrassing story.
It's like
Oh.
you to me, anyone embarrassing stories. But revolving around you. That's what I want to know.
Let's talk revolving. Revolver! Our resident queen of Revolver, it's Brooke Khaki. No,
Oh, can you guys get Zodiac in here?
Yeah, we'll get her in
Okay,
there.
cute.
We'll definitely get her in here.
I don't want to take that title, you know.
Yeah. But
Close.
I think we've had
But
a
not
lot
there yet.
I think we've had a lot of times, not even a revolver, but just a doof. And I know like the video of me, you and Boyan.
Not this.
Yeah, and we're just
Done.
sitting there and we're just not there.
In all honesty, I don't remember this video.
I'll show the video. I'll show the video up here.
And I wasn't there, so...
Yeah, you
Yeah.
weren't.
Because I was being a normal human being.
No, you weren't. You were being somewhere
A
else.
fiend.
Any embarrassing stories of Brooke Khaki? Go.
I don't think there's a single one.
Quite a few. Not
I
that they're
could-
appropriate.
No, go on. I'd like to hear it. You tell me.
What about you?
I can't remember.
What's the most embarrassing story you have yourself that you want to share?
I'm proud of everything.
Or even
Even the
embarrassing,
things I
even
shouldn't
embarrassing from either of us, like something that we've both done.
You're like, right now?
Not even both, one or the other.
Do you have embarrassing stories of me?
I remember cuddling up to you at Day Spa at some point. But I don't
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we've definitely cuddled. We've definitely got at
Are you friends
Kick-Ons?
with me? Yeah.
At Kick-Ons, we've definitely been upstairs. We were definitely upstairs cuddling one time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the classic Kick-Ons, we were definitely there like cuddling, being like, and that was the first time we like met properly, and we're like,
Apparently.
The only thing that I can remember is not even embarrassing. You, me, and Stephen did a full spoon train back at Marriott Street.
That's not embarrassing, but you know what?
I said it's not
you know what
embarrassing,
is
but it was
embarrassing?
beautiful.
Stephen turned around and he said, "Good morning." And
And you said, I know what you're gonna say.
his breath smelled like cock.
I remember that. I fucking know it because
I think I was already at work.
I think he was in the middle. I was on the end.
I don't know.
Okay, well, anyway.
You were fucking fast asleep for half the
I
time.
was
And you
tired.
were telling us to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because you
And,
guys deal with this.
Yeah, we're just funny people.
Hey.
No.
No, you are.
Nah.
What kind of drag, if you were to say what you were? Like, you're like, I'm a comedy look queen.
I'm
or
branching
what?
into comedy queen, but at this point in
What's
time,
funny?
just a look queen. You know what I mean? You know what?
Tell me a joke. You're like, this is the joke.
I just want to get like funnier. Like, I want to be funnier because like.
You wanna be a comedy queen?
Yeah,
Get on MC. You gotta host a bit more.
I know.
I
They
do
can
love
do that in Melbourne though. Not many places unless you get something.
I mean, on the We Like to Work podcast.
Oh, that's exactly
Yeah, That's what
right.
we're doing right now.
You said there's no opportunities, and I said,
I didn't say no. There's not many. I said.
no, but it's true. It's very hard to crack in because Melbourne
I'm not doing it anymore.
You pulled out? Interesting.
I'm still in it.
Interesting. Oh, you're still in.
I'm still in.
Bleep over that.
Anyway, yeah, no, there are opportunities. There's just not as many to be. I think there's opportunities, but it's very limited. Trying to crack into that, but I think that
And I wasn't being shady. I just mean that in Melbourne, especially, there's like the resident queens for the venues, and there's the like
for a reason.
wiggle room.
and they're
residents for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Some
Yeah.
venues like do give the chance to get in, but then COVID hit, and then like things changed. So there was like the Wednesdays at that certain club.
Of course.
So like used to like bring on people who were like wanting to be like above baby queens and kind of put on a bit of a show.
And what you're talking about.
And it was paid and everything. So like there were opportunities, and again I wasn't being shady. I was just saying like there isn't many to get in because people have got their spots.
Yeah. They're resident queens for a reason, I guess.
Exactly.
But yeah.
And again, like drag is just always moving. There's always new people coming up. So like there's
Like
not
Rainbow
like
House
cool.
Club.
There's like
We'll give a shout out to Rainbow House Club
they
because
have
getting
so much.
Because from the time before COVID to now, that place has just
The most inclusive, I'd probably say.
the most inclusive of drag drag kings, drag queens, queer performers. We have AFAB,
Everyone.
everything. We've got everything at that club, and I think that is really good for Melbourne to have. And that club is packed. I left
lately.
Day dot every single
I want to give a
fucking
shout out
day.
to Ruby Slippers and Dawn
Ruby
Lee.
and Dawn.
Is there anyone else involved that people know of? I'm not sure, so that's what I'm saying.
No.
But especially those two, they've literally given a lot to people who might have felt different or they didn't fit in the like gay world because gays are judgy. Queer people are judgy.
Oh, gays
People
are judgy.
That's one of the downsides.
So it's hard. Like people could be like people like, oh, cool drag queen, and like someone might want to be a drag king or like an AFAB queen, and so many people are still to this day, which is so annoying.
Yeah.
So like negative about it.
But even within drag, obviously me being like a lot newer than you guys, I get so much shit, like literal shit from people saying like, oh, like, you know, you're doing this, but you should definitely do this, and you need to do this, and like, you know, constructive criticism. If you were like, oh, babe,
That's
like,
one thing. But
you know, but being like,
tearing you down.
you need to do this. It's like, you know, I've done like what 15 faces by now. I'm still learning like what I want to look like. It should be more supportive, like, you know, even if people like, I would love for someone to be like, oh my gosh, you look so great tonight. A little of this wouldn't go astray, or next time you're getting in drag, like, give me a message,
That's a very
because
big
I would
thing.
love that. But like, you know, sometimes, unfortunately, I do love our community and I do love all the friends that I've made, but sometimes there are some people that are just like, you should do this, you need to do this, you
And
should.
not everyone. I don't know if you've experienced it. I have, and I know you have. Like people don't, even like friends don't always support.
100%.
And it's not coming to the. It's literally something as simple as like I don't know, like coming off stage and you'd be like, oh my god, like I was so nervous, and someone's like, yeah, like you look nervous, but the difference you could be is like, because I've had that before,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you can be like, you did really well.
It's like
Because
it's
you're
time
their
and
friend.
place. It's
Exactly.
time and place. It's like
Later
yeah,
on
you can
at
say
home, you can be like, yeah, you look nervous, but like you did a good job.
yeah.
Like, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
these are the people who
I'm with you.
are sitting in the audience watching.
Yeah. And I definitely
So,
found that as a new queen.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely have found that people are, and I definitely think that, not that, like, I love Drag Race, I'm such a fan, like, that is amazing, but I think that people have this, like,
Standard.
they're like, oh, you need
That's
to
what they
look
compare
like,
it to. They're like, why don't you have like 20 styled wigs?
Yeah.
Why don't you have 20 like this and that?
Some of us do.
Yeah, okay. No, but that's definitely true. I think that there's so many people that are like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this. It's like,
Exactly.
there's so
And
many
it's like,
different
can you fucking
queens.
chill out?
There's
like,
no
I'm
need.
a man in a wig.
Everyone's got their own
Exactly.
journey, and at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Don't police me. I'm a man in a wig.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And on that note of policing people, we're gonna police this right up. I'm gonna be
That was
we
terrible.
That
I will
was
end
bad.
this for you. I would just like to
Hello.
I would like our friend.
Nice try.
I would like our friend Brooke Khaki to come to the microphone
Hi.
and just say goodbye.
Let us be here.
Wait.
That's
Let
it?
me try. Goodbye. No, wait. Goodbye.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching our 4th episode of We Like to Work. We'll be back next week with another episode. Miss Brooke Khaki. Maybe we'll bring her back. I'll bring her back in spirit in a week.
She back 5 times.
Bye.
Bye.
So this one time.
What story?
This one time. She came over 3 a.m.
Then what?
to borrow a wig.
As if I would borrow any of your wigs. That'll do.